Healthcare.
Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, with gas prices continuing to go up, how will this impact Thanksgiving travel in the Commonwealth? And we'll tell you about a great opportunity for high school students to get hands-on work experience with the K-Tech Apprenticeship Program.
Changes continue to make their way into the forecast, from a spring-like feel to a winter chill within 24 hours. I'll have the latest coming up right now at 5:30.
Dedicated to southern and eastern Kentucky, this is WYNT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Experts with AAA are expecting an 11% increase in travel for Thanksgiving weekend compared to last year, and nearly all of those surveyed say they'll be driving. Anna Berniston spoke with AAA about that rise in travelers and also heard from drivers about those higher gas prices impacting their decision.
According to a AAA poll, they're expecting over 700,000 Kentuckians to travel for the Thanksgiving Day weekend this year, which will be near pre-pandemic levels in 2019. And according to Lori Weaver Hawkins with AAA Bluegrass, they believe this rise in travel this year is mostly due to people feeling safer from the pandemic than they did last year.
We were at like 36 to 37% of people felt it was a significant risk last year, and so we can expect that that played into their decision to stay home. Now this year we asked, do you think it's a significant risk? And that number was only about 9%.
Now, when talking to drivers around the area about increased gas prices for this year compared to last, most of them have been telling me that while they do expect to pay more to travel, they aren't going to let that stop them from visiting family this Thanksgiving.
Well, it'd been a little bit more on gas, but we'd still go. People will still want to get out.
We're going to go no matter what, because it's important to be with family and things around the holidays. So to me, that's more important.
And for anyone expecting to travel this year despite gas prices being higher, AAA says it's important to get your vehicle checked over before you go, as they typically respond to several tire and battery issues every year.
Compared to 2019, which will be similar to this year, we had almost 1,400 calls just in the central Kentucky area here because of breakdowns. So please get your vehicle checked before you head out.
In Lexington, Adam Berniston, WKYT.
Hawkins says the reason for higher gas prices this year is high demand, while oil companies keep their production the same as last year. For weeks, schools have been operating on a full in-person schedule with quarantine protocols in place. Some schools are even removing mask mandates now, but in Bourbon County, it's a different situation. Starting tomorrow, students there will be learning from home. The district says they are seeing a spike in COVID cases. Because of that, students will learn at home through Thanksgiving break. District Health Coordinator Deanna Berry says the district had 14 positive COVID cases yesterday. Last week there were 40 cases. She wishes vaccination rates were higher among students.
We're having some breakthrough cases in our fully vaccinated staff members and students, so that's been a big problem in the last 2 weeks.
As of now, students are scheduled to return to in-person classes on November 29th.
Watch clouds move into the mountains as we've gone through this afternoon and now into this evening. Didn't hurt those temperatures much at all, though. We stayed above average today. UVA-wise cameras showing the cloud cover working in even as that sun begins to set out there on this Tuesday evening. Continuing our tour of the region down into downtown Whitesburg, sitting at 57 with that cloud cover keeping things a little bit milder right now. Notice that dew point. Yesterday those dew points were in the 30s. Today they're in the mid-40s, so we're bringing up more of that moisture ahead of our big front later on this week. Still in the mid-60s in many spots, low to mid-60s, still into those lower, or I should say upper 50s as we head into portions of the Cumberland Valley. Now, satellite and radar showing those clouds continuing to move in from southwest to northeast as we head through the evening hours, but I think a lot of this will start to break up later on tonight. But keep that WYNT weather app handy. We're staying mild overnight with those temperatures getting down only into the mid-50s for overnight lows, not far from where we should be for highs this time of year. I'll have the latest on when highs Maybe go even lower than that coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Family and friends are remembering a former Kentucky representative who served in the U.S. House. Larry Hopkins died yesterday. Hopkins served for 15 years in Congress. He was also a nominee for governor near the end of his political career. Hopkins first served in local offices, including as Fayette County Clerk, the Kentucky State House, and the State Senate. In 1979, he began serving as the representative for Kentucky's 6th District in Congress, and he would serve there until 1993. Former Governor Steve Beshear had this to say about Hopkins.
Larry was one of those guys that did not allow partisanship to totally dominate his decision making. I wish that was the way it was today, but at least back then, Larry was the kind of guy that, you know, we might not agree on very many issues, me being a Democrat, him being a Republican, but we could sit down and agree to disagree without it getting, you know, in a bad situation.
Larry Hopkins was 88 years old. Hopkins' children are also pretty well known. His son is actor Josh Hopkins. His daughter is Shay Hopkins, the executive director of KET. Funeral arrangements are still pending. A Richmond man is being charged with 8 counts of possessing and distributing child pornography. The Lexington Herald-Leader reports that Ryan McConaughey's fiancée found obscene footage of minors on his laptop. McConaughey is being held in the Madison County Detention Center after police found numerous sexually explicit videos of underage girls whom McConaughey contacted through the video calling website Omegle. A Lexington woman admitted to lying about her employment with the University of Kentucky to get a home mortgage. The Herald-Leader reports that Brandy Cottle pleaded guilty yesterday to a charge of bank fraud. After missing payments, Wells Fargo Bank found Cottle falsified multiple documents, including a pay stub from the UK Chandler Hospital, where she was not employed. Cottle's charge carries a maximum sentence of 30 years, but will likely be much less. A Glasgow attorney is facing assault charges against a juvenile. Court records say that Sean Ken Garrett struck a 14-year-old with a paddle in June of this year. Records show Garrett struck the teen hard enough to break the 1-inch thick wood paddle into 2 pieces. Garrett is said to have caused physical and mental harm. He's being charged with 4th-degree minor assault. The next hearing will be on November 29th. During the weekend, Dunlap Family RV of Bowling Green had 4 catalytic converters stolen right off of some motor homes. A sales unit was also stolen off the property. Amanda Minner is the sales manager there and says this is not the first time they're dealing with catalytic converters being stolen.
It's definitely frustrating because we've taken measures to secure our lot and it happens so quick. We have some barbed wire on the fence, we have security cameras, we have gates that are locked, and they're still finding a way to come in.
Minter says catalytic converters can be expensive to replace due to a shortage. They have requested police patrol their area more. Last night on Issues and Answers, I spoke with Tim Kugler and Kimberly Cunningham about the K-Tech Apprenticeship Program. WYMT's Dakota Makris has more on the K-Tech Summit on Thursday and what you can expect.
K-Tech is made possible by a federal grant.
Kentucky was one of 5 states to receive the grant, and Perry County was chosen as the county in Kentucky to execute the grant.
It is a partnership with Hazard Community and Technical College, along with other employers in the county.
We match junior and seniors in high school with employers to serve as apprentices while they're in high school.
K-Tech is hosting an all-virtual free summit on Thursday. The summit is brand new. Those who attend will hear about the apprenticeship process from high schools, colleges, and employers on what they can expect from the program.
For our employers that are going to be tuning in that day, we actually have some sessions on tax breaks and employment incentives for them as well, for if they're going to be utilizing the apprenticeships.
Employers and students are encouraged to attend.
Our employer partners, ARH and Primary Care, they're going to be doing sessions on their experience and how they were successful in getting their apprenticeship set up.
Even offering a chance for students and employers to hear from graduated apprentices about their experience with the program. In Perry County, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
You can register by going to Hazard Community and Technical College's Facebook page or website. You can learn more about the summit and KTEC on Issues and Answers, which you can also find on our website at WYMT.com. Medicare costs are increasing at twice the rate they were anticipated. The federal government blames the pandemic as well as an expensive new Alzheimer's disease drug. Medicare's Part B outpatient premium will jump by $21.60 in 2022, one of the largest increases ever, and the new Alzheimer's drug, Aduhelm, is responsible for half of that cost increase.
It's going to cost about $56,000 per patient per year. And we're going to, continue this medication for the rest of the person's life, probably. So that's going to translate into a lot of money.
Aduhelm is for those in the early stages of Alzheimer's disease, but right now very few people are actually taking the drug. Most insurance companies will not cover its large cost, and Medicare has not yet announced they will cover it. But the price hike coming next year appears to be a good indicator. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, a concerning side effect that COVID-19 patients continue to struggle with, how some are dealing with major hair loss.
And we've got even warmer temperatures on the way for our Wednesday. I'll have the complete breakdown coming up.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The